Arctic is a really good film. This was released in 2018. It's directed by Joe Penna, written by Penna and Ryan Morrison, and we have a cast including Mads Mikkelsen as our protagonist Overgård. And his plane crashes, he's stranded in the Arctic, and he has to try and survive with the hope that somebody will rescue him at some point. And I don't want to say too much more than that. I really don't want to give away too much of what happens, but I will say that there were bits that I hadn't expected. It's not completely predictable. So if you've seen many films like this and you think they're quite similar, I haven't seen many films like this, but I've seen enough to know that I found this to be not completely predictable, and that really worked very well. Obviously, I say obviously, Mads Mikkelsen needs a tremendous amount of praise for this, because needless to say, there's not a huge amount of variety in the film. It had the potential to get quite slow because we're looking at the same environment. Obviously, there's not a lot of dialogue happening here. It really relied on Mikkelsen's performance being really powerful and captivating, and it absolutely was. He really carried the film. It felt very realistic, very believable. Obviously, that's quite scary. It's not a scary film, but the emotions the viewer is feeling are not going to be the most pleasant. They're quite intense. There are moments, of course, where it gets a little bit more dramatic or the emotions are heightened. And Mikkelsen really did just an amazing job with this. Visually, it is stunning and scary. We are obviously looking at a lot of snow, a lot of the same background as Mikkelsen's character is trying to survive in this really snowy Arctic condition. And it's beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous to look at, but also quite scary. I don't think I'm alone in saying that that kind of environment is really terrifying. To be stranded, absolutely scary. It was filmed in Iceland, and it's beautiful to look at, but definitely scary and really adds to the atmosphere. Really great performance, visually stunning and terrifying. A film like this has the potential to become really boring because there isn't a lot happening. Obviously, there aren't many characters, there's not a lot of conversation happening, and the backgrounds are all very similar. But this one worked so well, and visually, it's just beautiful. We have some great camera work, the lighting's really effective. I have nothing but praise for it. Do I think it's a film that will be for everybody? I don't even think it would be for me every single day. It's not the kind of film that I could watch every day. Sometimes I want something that's maybe higher action or where there are more characters, but I was aware of what I was getting into going into it. I knew the basic premise, and I knew that there weren't, well, it was unlikely that there was going to be 1,000 characters and a lot of different locations and things. So as long as this is the kind of thing you're in the mood for, then I'd say it's certainly worth watching. Arctic is quite an impressive film. Mads Mikkelsen gave a really impressive performance, and visually it's very striking as well. Needless to say, if you're in the mood for this kind of film, then I definitely think it's worth watching.